If you don't test or try the big scary thing, even if there's pain present, then the best you're ever going to get is what you have today or less. Welcome, everybody, to the Chris Harder Show, where we are making you unapologetic about your pursuit of success, knowing that when good people like you make good money, they can then do great things. My name is Chris Harder, and several times per week, I will bring you epic guests, solo episodes, and every single tool, trick, and skill set you need to grow your business, grow your money mindset, and to grow your wealth to levels that you have never reached before. I've ended up in a unique place in life where I've got the experience, the connections, and all of the secrets that it takes to be successful. And I'm lifting the curtain to reveal it all to you in an effort to help put you in a position of abundance so great that you can then be as generous as possible. So let's lock arms and let's get started. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Chris Harder Show, where today I am grateful for our clients. You know what? I'm grateful for every single client who has ever said yes. I don't care if it's one of our entry-level masterminds or our highest level mastermind or like my highest level one-on-one super VIP clients. Any single type of client we've ever had in the history of somebody being one of our clients, I am grateful for you. I'm grateful that you had a moment where you said, okay, I will trust Chris and Lori, and I'll trust them with my business, and therefore trust them with my life, and therefore trust them with my well-being. And our only hope every single time is that when somebody asks you, hey, how'd that go with them? That your response is like, oh my God, it was the best investment I have ever made in my entire life. That's our standard for your response. And speaking of, I have got one-on-one client spot left. I don't know if you guys know this, but earlier in the year, or I should say at the end of last year, I announced that after a 4-year hiatus of taking one-on-one clients, I would take them again. And it's kind of like dipping my toes in the water. Do I want to do this again? And it was all spun up from this trip I took to Italy where my friend Rob's like, why don't you do it anymore? I'm like, well, I don't want to do Zooms. And then it turned into the coolest program on the planet because instead of us doing Zooms, I fly you out to me so that we can jam out for an entire afternoon in person every couple of months, sometimes every 45 days. It's as needed. And it's on my dime, on my ticket, your plane ticket is. And that way we can be in person and really develop a real relationship, and then open up the contacts or the advice or whatever it is that we can do, that I can do, or that Lori and I can do in order to move your business forward at the highest levels, Anyhow, if that sounds good to you, I've got one spot open because one of my clients who just came off a record launch is taking a break right now. So that means there's an opening for you. Grab it while you can. There's 2 ways you can grab it. You can go to chrisharder.me/coaching, fill out the app quick, and we'll have a really good conversation. Or you can just slide in my DMs. We'll start chatting there. My only requirement is that you must be earning $250,000 or more to be eligible to be a one-on-one client. That's it. So as long as you're earning $250,000 or more, let's talk. Go to chrisharder.me/coaching or just slide in my DMs at Chris W. Harder. We'll start to have a chat. All right. So what I wanted to talk about today is our mindsets and how our mindsets get in the way. And I know this is not a new concept, but it's happening for me real time, and I wanted to share it with you. So those of you that have been listening to the show for a while, a few months ago, I tore my bicep off my shoulder, which also tore my labrum. So I had a torn bicep and a torn labrum, which is a terrible thing to have. And I had to have a surgery to put it all back together. And so they did. The surgery went well, and I've actually been ahead of schedule the whole time, right? I don't know if you remember the podcast I did where I said I want to be the exception. I've literally, measurably, according to my doctor and according to my physical therapist, I have been a exception to the rule in terms of how quickly I've been able to come back from this. So A, that is super dope. B, I'm still holding myself back. And this is the moment where I was like, wait, this is a metaphor for life. It's a metaphor for business, etc. So there's still some pain in that shoulder, as there should be, right? It's only been like 14 weeks since surgery or whatever it has. And so when I'm with my physical therapist, who's also a personal trainer, we're now finally into these upper body workouts. And he'll say, Chris, you can trust your shoulder. And then we'll go into doing something that resembles a dip or something that resembles, a chest press or something like that. And I'll feel the pain in the shoulder a little bit. And right away, I'll hold back. I'll stop. It triggers me and I'll say, oh, I don't know, man. Or we'll do these complex movements on the ground where all the weight is going on my shoulder. I'll say, oh, God, there it is again. I'm kind of afraid to go all the way. And he'll say, Chris, trust your shoulder. You're never going to get past this point if you don't trust your shoulder. And listen, I want to be real. It's hard to trust my shoulder because It's a shooting pain, and all I can think about is, oh my God, I don't want it to tear again. Oh my God, I don't want to go back to square one. Oh my God, I don't want to do this all over again. The surgery was terrible. I don't want to go back to square one and have to go through all of that all over. To me, in that moment, it's the worst outcome if something would be a true physical tear or setback like that. But in his words, he said at this point, it would take a physical car accident level trauma to be able to unseat the surgery that they did. He's like, so you can trust that shoulder. It's just a matter of you getting past the pain and learning that the shoulder is capable again. So what in the world does this have to do with you? Well, what does it have to do with all of us? There's a lot of times that something from our past or something that currently feels like a pain is stopping us from getting to that next level. In my case, when I'm going down to do that real slow dip and I'm even supporting myself with my toe a little bit so I know I've got a kickstand, I know I've got something to hold me in case it's a little bit too far, I still feel like, oh my God, I can't put this weight on my shoulder. But the truth is I can. And in your life where you're like, oh, I can't make this investment, the truth is you can. You could find a way and you'd recover if it didn't work out. In your life, if it's, I can't start this business. The truth is you can. And if it doesn't work out, you'd find a way to recover. Or in your case, if it's like, oh, I don't know if I can trust this person. I don't know if I can trust this relationship. The truth is you don't know unless you try. Just like I don't know what the fate of my shoulder is, what my shoulder is capable of, what my bicep is capable of until I put it to the test. Now, there's got to be guardrails. What I mean by that is you don't just test it by being like, all right, I'm going to go grab those 100-pound dumbbells and we're going to chest press now. Obviously, that could cause some real damage because I haven't done that in ages since the surgery. So what do you do instead? You start with lightweight. You dip your toes in. You don't not do it. You do it, but you do it with some guardrails. You do it in a safe way. So what's a safe way that you could do a little trial of that business that you want to start? What's a safe way that you could test that relationship that you want to believe in? What's a safe way that you can make that investment that you really want to make? Because there's always a safe way to support the action that you want to take if you look for it. There's not just two choices in the world, take the action or don't take the action. There's a third choice. It's take the action and have some safety rails, have a backup plan, or know that you're going to recover just fine if for some reason it doesn't work out. There's a million things in our life that we've tried that haven't worked out. But we've always bounced back really quickly for them or even found a silver lining or gotten a gift from them. As a matter of fact, I can't think of a single thing that didn't work out where I didn't find an unexpected gift from it, a return on investment, so to speak, only in a different form than I was expecting. And the truth is, what is life if you don't try that thing? If you don't try that business, if you don't trust that relationship, if you don't make that investment. I know using my arm as a metaphor right now because I'm battling through it, if I don't push it on those dips, on those push-ups, if I don't push it on that dumbbell press, if I don't push it when we're on the floor doing some of these dynamic movements, then I know the only thing that I'm going to get is what I have today. The exact same situation as I have today, no better. If anything, it'll start to regress. Well, that goes for you and your business. If you don't test or try the big scary thing, even if there's pain present, then the best you're ever going to get is what you have today or less, and usually less. Because it is true that things are always growing or shrinking. They are never staying the same. That is as true as the day is long. Your bank account, your investments, your health, your muscularity, your fitness, your business, your relationships, they are either growing or they are regressing. They are never, ever, ever staying the same long term. And so if I don't push my shoulder, then this is as strong as it'll ever get. And it's not strong enough for me. It doesn't meet my standards of what I want in life. And if your financial situation doesn't meet your standards for what you want in life, if your business isn't meeting the standards for what you want in life, if your relationships or your friendships or your significant other isn't meeting the standard of what you want in your life, then even though it could be painful, create some backstops, create some guardrails, and damn it, go test that thing that you actually want to be doing. Go put your quote unquote surgerized shoulder to the test as long as you have somebody there telling you, I've checked it out. It's okay. You're not going to hurt it. You can trust me. And maybe that's all you're missing is that friend or that mentor or that coach or that peer that says, no, don't worry. You can test it. I've checked it out and you're going to be just fine. Let's go for it together. Because there is safety when you have somebody check it out first, right? If you're skydiving, you have somebody else check out your chute first before you jump out of the airplane. Or if you're a race car driver, you got somebody else checking your safety equipment first before you get out there on the track. Anything that has a risk should have somebody else saying, hey, let me look under the hood real quick. Yep, sure enough. You're good to go. You can trust me. You can put the pedal to the metal. You can floor it. You can push this thing because I've checked everything and I vouch for it. Now, could something still go wrong? Absolutely. There are no guarantees in life. But what you've done is you've tilted the scales in your favor that you're going to be able to test it. It's going to support you and you're going to be able to push through. And so I'm doing that every single day right now, 4 times a week. 4 times a week, I'm pushing this shoulder. I'm pushing it when it's painful. I'm pushing it when it scares me. I'm pushing it when I'm like, oh, that didn't feel good. What was that? But I also have Matt, shout out to Matt Zanis, my physical therapist, by my side or giving me the programs every single time saying, hey man, I've checked it out. You're good to go. You can trust me. So what's my wish for you? Why do I share this? Well, damn it, just stop staying the same. Stop stopping yourself every time there's a little bit of pain, a little bit of fear, a little bit of concern. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm pushing this thing. I'm going to push my body till the wheels come off. But I'm going to do it in a smart way where there's somebody saying, hey, don't worry, I checked it out. As a matter of fact, I go and I get full body scans. Shout out to Dr. Boyd. Full body scans, CAT scans and MRIs of everything from my brain to my lungs to my heart to all my vital organs, systems, everything, every single year so that I can push myself. That's the doctor saying, hey man, I've looked. You're okay. There's nothing lurking. And I go from being concerned, because I don't know if you know, but after my dad died, I became like a hypochondriac. Everything was a heart attack. Oh God, my arm's sore. It's a heart attack. Oh, my chest is sore after chest day. It's a heart attack. Oh, why am I sweating? It's a heart attack. But when I had somebody go and say, hey man, I've checked this out. This is a good plan. You're okay. Now I can push myself and I have no concerns. And when the concern pops up, I say, nope, somebody already looked at it. I'm okay to keep pushing. And that's what you need. And I don't care if it's me as a coach. I don't care if it's a peer. I don't care if it's a friend. I don't care if it's a mentor. I don't care who it is, as long as it's someone you trust and they are skilled enough to say, hey man, I've checked you out. Push it in that business. Push it in that investment. Push it in making that hire. Push it in starting that funnel. Push it by putting yourself on social media. This is a good plan. I've looked at it. This is going to work. And if it doesn't, we're going to tweak it together. Because my wish for you in sharing this is that you have a better life tomorrow than you do today while you're listening to this show. Hell, it's the only reason we do this show still to this point. It has been over 1,000 episodes of me wishing that you have a better life tomorrow than you do today while you're listening to this show. But it's not going to happen if you stop every time there's pain. It's not going to happen if you stop every time there's concern. And it's not going to happen every time there's discomfort. The reward is on the other side. Thanks for listening. You know I love and appreciate you. Share this with a friend. And if you want that one-on-one coaching spot with me, I'll put your ass on an airplane. You're coming here to Newport Beach, and we're going to dissect everything together. And I can't wait. Go to chrisharder.me/coaching or slide in my DMs. We'll chat soon. Thanks for listening. And if you loved this episode and know of someone else who is as successful as they are generous, please pass them on to me. It would mean the world to me if you help me get this cause and this message out to as many listeners as I can. So please, if you liked what you heard, it goes a long way if you take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review and share this with your friends. I'll be forever grateful. And until the next episode, cheers to your success.